We completed restoring your late 1960s Nishijin A single ball conversion Pachinko machine. This quick start guide will show you how to set it up and play. First, we call it a conversion because it was originally a single ball machine where you'd put a ball through a hole right here to play. They've since reused these machines back in the late 60s. They put a little cap here so you can't put a ball in. They also, in the frame, they inserted this tray and the mechanism, and they put an adapter here so that they converted what was originally a single ball machine into one where it's auto feed or auto load, so you can just pour balls in this tray and they'll feed themselves as opposed to having to put one in individually. If you ever wanted to, you could probably convert it back to a single ball by removing this tray and taking that lens out. We'll put a few balls into the play tray. Next, you'll need to connect the battery. The battery controls two lights. It's purely optional. The machine will play without the battery. One light is here. That's attached to this switch here. And then the other is this bulb up here attached to this switch. So when your tray is out of balls, this light will come on, which will happen when we plug in the battery. And then when you get a jackpot, this light will flash. I'm just going to twist it over and touch it. And as you can see, the light came on. If I add balls to the tray, the light goes out. Next, you'll want to close the drain levers. So whenever you need to store your machine or lay it down or transport it, you want to empty all the balls out of the machine. There is two brass pieces here with almost like thumb places on them. And you want to separate them the way they are now. When you separate them, then the balls will drain out of the machine. But since we're getting ready to play, we need to close it. So we're just going to pinch the two closed. Leftover ball in there for me for. Okay, they should be closed like this, really, really tight. So the top one goes down just a little bit, and then the bottom one comes all the way up. Okay, the red part back here, this is the main thing you need to pay attention to. It's called the one ball seesaw. It has two balls in it that act as counterweights, and it pivots up and down like a seesaw. Right now the right side is down, and that's the wrong position. In that position your machine will never pay out, balls will back up and cause jams and such. So we want to reset it. And the way you do that is simply by pushing down on the left side of it. So stick your finger back down and push down. Now it's in the correct position. You could also, you pull back on this lever, you could also pivot it up and down. You can see how this is all connected with the wire. Okay. Now we'll add balls to your supply tray. And when we do, they'll roll down this chute, down this tube, and into your recycler tray. There are some levers under your recycler tray so that whenever there's enough balls in the tray, they push this long rod up here, pivoting this part which shuts the flow of balls from your supply tray to your recycler tray. So as this tray empties, it'll allow balls to flow in here. Then we'll take a bucket of some kind and set it at the bottom of your machine. It just needs to catch balls that drop through this chute here. Usually that only happens if your recycler tray is full and starts to back up. Then a ball will drop over here, drop down into the bucket, or whenever you empty the machine. This is where the balls will come. Okay, we're ready to play. So we'll just pull down on the flipper, let go. Nothing usually happens the first time because it's loading a ball into the shooter lane. Do it again. And a ball launched, hit the rubber bumper, bounced back on the playfield and fell down. We'll just shoot some more. Okay, we had a ball go into this tulip here, and when we did, we saw the lights flash and the balls fell down, hit a bell, made a ringing sound, and then we got a payout. I'm going to just play a little bit more. Okay, we got several more jackpots, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the door and explain a few parts. To open up the machine, on the back there is a handle, and what we're going to do is we're going to lift up on the handle and it'll release two latches. So the handle is right here, so I'll lift up and it releases these two latches so that I can pull open the door. So I pull the door open and it has these 2 points here. When you go to close the door, you just need to make sure that those 2 points clear and go into the frame. Sometimes they'll get caught in the track, and if so, just push on it so that it fits in. And whenever you close it, just pinch it shut like that. Okay, I'm going to drop some balls in some pockets. You have these two on the side. They're very hard to get a ball into, but if you do, it's pretty neat. We'll go ahead and drop one in. This one. Hello. It goes all the way down and opens this up. We'll drop one over here. Same thing, it opened that up. We'll drop one over here. So if you ever get a jackpot and it doesn't pay out, that's usually time to stop and take a look at the one ball seesaw, that red part in back, and make sure it pivoted. In this case, it looks like it only pivoted part way. I just touched it and it pivoted the rest of the way. I'm going to drop one over here. Now these two red ones will open this tulip. These two green ones, they don't. And that's all the pockets on front. Now I want to show you this area here. This area, this red part, you can probably see some balls through the little window there. This was a jackpot holding area. So it was mainly designed at Pachinko parlors where people could play the machine even if it ran out of balls. It would store several jackpots for them until an attendant could come by and refill the machine. And then when they refill the machine, they can activate a lever, I'll show you in a minute, and get paid out for each one of those balls. You probably won't have that issue at home because as soon as the light comes on telling you it's low on balls, you'll probably refill it. But if you ever have balls in there, here's how you get them out. I'm going to shut this door. There's this lever right here, and what you do is you just pivot it down just a little bit and let go, and what it does is it moves one of those balls from that holding area into that red seesaw so it can pay out the jackpot. Let me just reset the seesaw in the correct position. Shut the door. So pivot it out. that's how you get all those balls out of the holding area. So if you ever have a lot of balls in your play tray and you want to get them out, what you do is you push this little light gray knob here on the right side, and when you do, the balls will flow through and land into your receiving tray at the bottom. Now if they don't flow, then you might have to take your finger and loosen them, or you might have to flip the flipper. Okay, that concludes this quick start guide. We sure hope you enjoy your machine.